So in this lecture, we are going to discuss about the sensors that we use in Internet of Things or IoT. So sensors हम embedded systems में भी use करते हैं and of course we use them in IoT as well. So sensors are everywhere. They are in our homes, workplaces, shopping centers, hospitals. You can find sensors everywhere in almost all electronic devices in one way or the other. They are embedded in smartphones and are an integral part of IoT ecosystem. So basically sensors क्या होते हैं? Sensors are devices that detect and respond to changes, some physical changes in the environment. कुछ physical parameters को वो detect करते हैं, जैसे आपका light हो गया, temperature हो गया, pressure हो गया, humidity हो गई, and then they convert it into an electrical voltage signal so that electrical or electronic systems can process on that. So inputs can come from a variety of sources, as I discussed. It can be light, it can be temperature, it can be motion, it can be pressure. So depending on that, हमारे पास काफी सारे sensors हैं. So we'll start with the one of the most common sensors, that is your temperature sensor. So temperature sensors, as the name indicate, they are used for measuring the temperature. So actually they measure the amount of heat energy in a source, and this allows them to detect the temperature changes, and these temperature changes can be converted into data or electric signals. Then we have humidity sensors. So these type of sensors, they measure the amount of water vapor that's present in the atmosphere of air or other gases. Humidity sensors can be most commonly found in heating vents and air conditioning systems in industrial as well as residential buildings. Then we have another category of sensors, they are called the pressure sensors. Pressure sensor basically senses changes in the pressure of gases and liquids. So whenever the pressure changes, the sensor will detect these changes and it will accordingly generate an electrical voltage. So common scenarios where your pressure sensors are used are leak testing, and pressure sensors are also used in manufacturing of water systems to detect fluctuations or drops in pressure. Then we come to another category of sensor called as proximity sensors. तो ये आपने सुना भी होगा, मे बी किसी प्रोजेक्ट भी यूज भी किया होगा. So proximity sensors are used for non-contact detection of objects near the sensor. Without contact is the important point here. So these type of sensors, they can either emit electromagnetic fields, that is EMF waves, or beams of radiations like infrared. So proximity sensor can detect motion. It can also be used for detecting obstacles. For example, in maybe shopping centers or malls, the proximity sensor can be used for detecting motion between the customer and a product in which he or she is interested. So this is actually the use case where IoT can be used, where these sensors can be used. The user, on the other hand, can be then notified of a variety of things like discounts or special offers existing on that product whenever he is near that product. Proximity sensors can also be used in parking lots, they can be used in stadiums, they can be used in airports, they can even be used at your homes in order to implement security systems. Then we come to level sensors. Level sensors, as the name indicates, they are used for detecting the level of substances. Most commonly, they are used for detecting, say, the level of water, or they can be used for even detecting the level powders or granular materials. Many industries, including oil manufacturing, water treatment, and beverage and food manufacturing factories, use these level sensors. One of the most important applications of level sensors would be the waste management systems. You can use a level sensor to detect the level of waste in a garbage can or a dumpster. Then we come to accelerometers. So accelerometers, they are even present in your smartphones nowadays, mobiles. So they can detect the object's acceleration basically. So what is acceleration? We all know it's the rate of change of the velocity of the object with respect to time. This we have studied in basic physics. And they can also be used for detecting changes in gravity. So some of the common use cases for accelerometers would be the smart pedometers or the monitoring devices that are used for monitoring changes in the velocity. They can also be used for anti-theft protection, alerting the system if an object that actually should not be moving, if it is supposed to be stationary, and if it starts moving, that means either someone is taking it away. So in that way, accelerometers can also be used. Then another important category of sensors are the gyroscopes. So gyroscope sensors measure the angular rate or the velocity, which is often defined as the measurement of speed and rotation around an axis. So it's angular and not linear. Use cases include automators such as car navigation, electronic stability control, used in anti-kit systems, and additionally, if you play video games or you have smartphones, so you have noticed probably that whenever you rotate your phone, whenever you change your orientation from portrait to landscape or vice versa, your screen orientation changes, right? So whenever you twist your phone in that way. So this motion sensing is all due to the presence of gyroscope. And camera shake detection systems can also be implemented using this sensor. Then we have something called as gas sensors. So these type of sensors, they can monitor and detect changes in air quality, including the presence of toxic, combustible or hazardous gases. Industries use gas sensors like mining industries, oil and gas industries, chemical research industries, manufacturing industries. Then a very common consumer use case for the gas sensors is detection of carbon dioxide in many homes. Then there are some sensors called as IR sensors. So IR sensors are basically a subset of your proximity sensors. So these sensors, they exclusively use infrared radiation for detecting objects in the surrounding. So basically what do these sensors do? They emit IR radiation and then they detect it again. So if the IR radiation that is emitted, if it gets reflected back, that means there is some object nearby. If it does not get detected by, that means there is nothing in the vicinity. So IR sensors, they can be used in a variety of embedded and IoT projects like healthcare. Then televisions also use infrared sensors, even AC remotes, all kind of your remote control systems. They most of them have infrared sensors. Another interesting application is that of art historians using infrared sensors to see hidden layers in paintings to help determine whether a work of art is actually original or it's a fake. Then there are optical sensors. So what are optical sensors? They basically convert the rays of light into electrical signals. So there are many applications for optical sensors. They can be used in auto industries, like vehicles use optical sensors to recognize signs, obstacles, and other things that a driver would not notice probably when driving or parking. And of course, optical sensors are now being used and they are being developed and they are being refined actually in order to develop driverless cars. They are very common in smartphones also, like your ambient light sensors. They can extend battery life, and they are also used in biomedical fields, including breath analysis and heart rate monitors. So these were some of the sensors that are used quite commonly in embedded systems, and of course the Internet of Things. So basically it depends on the application entirely. What are you trying to implement? What kind of data you need to gather or what you need to do. So accordingly you should use sensors. Of course you can get different kinds of sensors. There are a lot of varieties of each kind of sensor, but it all depends on your budget. It also depends what you are trying to accomplish. So there has to be a trade-off. It's not that you are going to buy a sensor that's very costly, that will get your work done, but yes, it's going to impact the cost of your project. So try to see what you are looking for, क्या आप करना चाह रहे हो और किस सेंसर से उतना काम हो सकता है. Just the sensor should be sufficient to get your work done. We don't need extra features, we don't need extra pens, right? जितने से आपका काम हो जाए आप उस सेंसर को सेलेक्ट कर सकते हैं.